Offline, Finding Yourself in the Age of Distraction by Desi Anwar. So I buy this book. So I bought this book yesterday in the Gramedia store. At the time I want to um, I want to make my English better than before, so I wanted to read an English book, and yeah, I hope this will help. So this is the first page forward. Technology is a good slave but a bad master. As a tool that we employ, our smart gadgets perform a wonderful task, makes things easier, faster, and generally more efficient. We can surf the web for the latest news and information. We can reach, see, and talk to anyone, anywhere, and anytime in the entire world just through a little electronic device we have in the palm of our hands. We can access an unlimited amount of knowledge that would fill all the libraries in the world plus more. We can make our opinions heard in the global conversation and feel that we are taking part in something bigger and more meaningful than our solitary little self. When we allow technology to rule us, however, it is an irresistible and demanding creature, much like a pretty but spoiled child that constantly craves our attention and to which we give ourselves willingly and unthinkingly. We let the shiny toy in our hands consume our time and distract our attention constantly, often the expense of the other significant thing going on in our life. Moreover, technology increasingly replaces other aspects of us that make us uniquely human. More and more, our electronic gadgets, especially man-made objects, are taking over and even replacing our human sense, if not our humanity itself. Bit by bit, our dependence on our five senses deteriorates to the point where we are forgetting how to use them. Hunch over our smartphone most hour of the day. We are losing our ability to see as we become blind to the environment around us, often tripping, falling, and bumping into things like short sights and clumsy zombies. So in this first part is a forward, and she said like the technology is like but a bad master. She think that technology is help ourselves, our tasks, make things easier, faster, and more efficiently. Like we can access many knowledge from uh, the world, but these things can consume our time and distract our attention. Of course, technology make a replace other aspect of us, make us unique human. This means like the more gadget, more our more and more our electronic gadget, essentially man-made objects, are taking over and replacing our human sense. Like it is distract our human sense as being human itself. If we too much spending time to our gadget is can uh, make us blind to the environment. So that's it. Next to the second page is still the forward for yes. We lose our ability to hear and listen to our surroundings and to the other people in front of us, as our ears are deaf to anything other than to the sounds, the pings, the vibration our gadgets constantly emit. We have no idea that our food tastes like us, even as we have no idea what our food tastes like as even as we shove food in our mouths. Our eyes remain glued to the little screen before us, whereas to our sense of a touch and smell, why we barely register the presence of the other human being about us, let alone have any physical contact with them. So fascinated and hypnotized are we by the blue light of our mobile phone. Even those abilities that make us intelligent and unique as a species, we are fast losing as we no longer display much interest in expressing ourselves verbally and directly to members of our own human race, preferring to text, chat, or even just communicate using emojis and stickers. When confronted face to face with a real life person, our default mode when confront face to face with a real life person, our default mode is to exchange uneasy smiles, stutter a little, and continue the conversation via or text or WhatsApp chat, where we feel at ease and at home. Cocoon, what is cocoon? Cocoon, with our sophisticated gadget, we are quite happy to check out from the real world and its cumbersome three-dimensional physicality and limitation, opting instead to exist in an infinite world that resides only in the software of the technology and the soft matter we carry within our heads. For now, we are still connected physically with this virtual universe through our fingertips. Soon, no doubt, we can even dispense with this physical inconvenience, as we will probably have chips implanted in our bodies. This way, in the future, there is less and less need for us to inhabit this mortal flesh and blood, becoming one instead with technology. Jadi katanya kita bisa kehilangan kemampuan mendengar yang ada di sekeliling kita, kemampuan kita menghadapi orang-orang di sekitar pun. Kita juga kadang kehilangan gimana sebenarnya rasa makanan yang kita makan di mulut, terus apa yang kita lihat, karena kita sebelumnya udah touching sama our screen on our mobile phone. Jadi maksudnya itu lebih spending time too much in our gadget or mobile phone is can take our ability of our sense like that. Katanya sekarang juga kita bisa masih bisa berkonek dengan orang-orang tuh secara virtual, cuman melalui jari aja, dan kita nggak boleh ragu juga bahwa no, I don't understand what it actually mean. Like in this page, it say soon, no doubt, we can even dispense with this physically inconvenience, as we will probably have chip implant in our bodies. This way, in the future, there is less and less need for us inhabit this mortal flesh and blood, becoming the instead with technology. Apakah maksudnya nanti juga tubuh kita itu akan sangat berbau dan terikat dengan teknologi. No, I don't understand now. But we go to next page 3. This is a pity, as there is so much that we have as a human being living in a real and physical world that makes for a fulfilling and content life. The simplicity and at the same time richness of experience that no amount of technology can provide. A life where we make full use of our sense and our imagination without having to resort to technology to facilitate and satisfy. It is in the abundance of life that vibrates around us and in which we are very much a part. A life we can fully engage in if only we open our eyes, our ears, and embrace with our arms. It is a physical universe of moving clouds, morning sunshine, the tangy taste of crunchy apple, and the sparkle in a child's eyes that reminds one of the stars in a clear night sky. It is a world of angel and age, of caresses, and festive cough, of running around barefoot on the grass or the warm sand, or silly argument with close friends, the sharing of meal and of secrets, the admiration for a painting, a sunset, a beloved face, and the colorful of a butterfly's wings. Unlike the frenetic, distracting, buzzy and noisy world of the social media and labyrinthine universe of the World Wide Web, this world does not leave us constantly occupied and craving for more. Instead, it slows us down, calms our soul, and soothes our spirit. This is a world where one cannot just type in Google to find answer. For this is a world of equation, of dots, of nuance, and colors of all shades, are where people have real names and real voice. It is a world where you don't get lost in talk, opinion, emotion, and the ideas that others spew up on the internet, but one where your imagination can go anywhere it wishes, create anything, and conquer everything. So in this verse 3 it's said like apa ya? Banyak dari kita yang hidup the simplicity at the same time rich and experience that no amount of technology can provide. Membuat kita hidup itu menggunakan semua our sense dan imajinasi kita tanpa resort to technology to facilitate and satisfy. Inilah dunia sekarang yang lebih luas. Kita bisa argument with close friends, sharing meal and secret. Di dunia sekarang itu kita bisa gampang kehilangan, kita tuh tidak takut lagi untuk menyampaikan pendapat, emotion, dan itu kita bisa cari semua di Google untuk hal-hal yang udah kita tahu. In this world, we learn to navigate the difficulties of life, compromise the ups and downs of our journey, while at the same time develop the skill to keep our balance and fix our eyes on the destination. In this world, our journey is not aimless, not distraction, but one that ultimately has clear purpose and whose long and unexpected route we enjoy nevertheless. And yet, to fully experience it, it is a trip that it is and yet to fully experience it, it is a trip that is best done without an excessive dependence on technology or the need to be constantly distracted and amused. This collection of reflection is to remind us of some of the thing we can turn our distraction minds to when we can direct our attention to what are in front of us, above us, and more importantly, within us, using all the sense that we are all born with. They are they are a rediscovery of some of the things we have forgotten how to do or have put aside in favor of of our all-consuming electronic toys, and an attempt to help us reconnect once more with our sense and our natural gift. So why not put your smartphone? So why not put your smartphones, smartphone? So why not put your smartphone, tablet, game, gadget, and anything with a screen down for a few minutes, take a deep breath, and look up? Because at the end of the day, it is not just any journey we are making, but a journey to discover and appreciate who we are and what makes us human. Oh, what a good forward I've ever read. This is a good forward from Desi Anwar that she said, yeah, let's just put your smartphone, tablet, gadget, or what it is for a few minutes, take a breath, and feel as as a human born with a who 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 born with any sense, any how to say it. It is not just any journey we are making, but a journey to discover and appreciate who we are. Like, ya, waktunya kita tuh buat menjelajah diri kita, menemukan diri kita, dan mengapresiasi diri kita yang udah dilahirkan dan seperti apa kita sebagai manusia gitu. Okay, I will end this record now. This is the forward offline books from Desi Anwar. Thank you.